Oh man, we about to get into some shit today, and yet this video is uncensored, and it's kind of me scripting it all at, but we need to talk about this. So okay, look, I wasn't gonna make this video, but this game died faster than my romantic life. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Look, I understand, MVCI looked garbage, but it didn't deserve to be put down like Old Yeller. Yeah, y'all niggas support a dumpster fire like Street Fighter V, which by the way, they let this game get an arcade edition. But MVCI can't even get an update. Capcom, what the fuck's been going on? But I'm gonna give y'all 3 reasons that killed this game. And it's community, Capcom, and horrible marketing. Definitely a few things that kind of get it. So grab your popcorn and your Infinity M&M. We about to go balls deep in this one. Because first off, we got a whole lot to talk about. So let's dive in. The first thing we gotta talk about is community. Okay, I'm gonna say it. This community died quick, and what's left of the people who can't see its flaws. And before I get into it, yes, nigga, I'm a part of that community. I'm a part of that community that full-heartedly supported this game without fail. I even said, well, I was like, Marvel vs. Capcom and Dragon Ball FighterZ are gonna be of the same quality. Gotcha, bitch. Did I get slapped in the face by Capcom? So let me put it this way. Hell, I'll admit I was so corny when it came to fucking endorsing this game that I made a total of 8 videos on my other channel and 2 other videos before the game came out promoting this game. Guess what? Capcom does not give a shit. They gave me a pretty bad looking game. Now look, I know what you're saying. The community is fixing how the game looks, so yeah, we fucking get it. The community is doing it. But shouldn't developers who get paid to fix shit actually fix it? But no, it's cool. I'm just out here ranting, But for example, there are a few people in this community that I fully agree with. There's some people that are good and some people that are bad, such as Maximilian. Now, I honestly don't want to use him as an example, but honestly, he kind of brings that little middle ground in the middle, because he does bring a bias, but he brings an unbiased opinion as well. When it comes to the shitstorm of this game he kind of did. He took the shitstorm, such as him promoting this game like it was, the next Mortal Kombat or anything, trying to make it sound good and trying to get people hyped for it. He actually got me hyped for it and actually had me wanting to invest time into the game and to learn the mechanics and the fighting. That's what I generally like. But he was not blind. He knew the game looked like complete ass. It looked like what happens when you let Play-Doh develop a Marvel game. And guess what? He fully admitted it and took a bunch of shit. He actually getting death threats now because he actually admits this game is pretty damn terrible and we haven't even gotten an update for it. But then there's those, the crying little ass munches that think, oh, Capcom can't do wrong and you guys are just overthinking this and the death of Marvel vs. Capcom isn't real. You guys are overthinking. No, nigga, the game hasn't had an update in a month. In 2 months actually. The game, and before I hear, that just means it's perfect. No, if you don't get an update or any type of balance package, or we haven't even gotten news on any of the new 8 DLC characters, there's something fucking wrong. And I feel like as a Marvel vs. Capcom fan, I put blood, sweat, and tears into trying to get this game to look good. The least thing is that Capcom can provide information for their community instead of pretty much being like, well, it's not at Evo, so it's pretty fucking dead. There's always next year, but you guys aren't really getting that. And trust me, Capcom about to get these hands in a minute. But unlike the most who criticize the game, they'll still see, oh, there's something good. Oh, and trust me, you wanna know where you can find these people? On Reddit. But then also on Reddit, you'll find good people that actually support the game. But still, after Evo, YouTube, and E3, which I'll get into later, those were the deciding factors of what happened to this game. But it's cool, because me going into this little rant makes so much sense. But let's go into Capcom, because I'm about to light into their ass real quick. So now we have to get into the beautiful, beautiful details of Capcom and their nigga tree. Okay, these niggas have been fucking up lately. Like, for real, and I'm about to tell you why. And I think there's mainly a bias towards games where they don't have to collab with anyone. But I'm gonna have to roast these niggas. Okay, first off, y'all let these niggas get off way too easy with Street Fighter V. And let me get out with this. When it came to Street Fighter V, this game actually was fucking garbage when it first came out. Not just with the netcode pretty bad, but a lot of the visuals didn't look up to par as it should have. But MVCI, it had potential, but it gets crucified. First, Street Fighter had no arcade mode. MVCI had an arcade mode and the story mode without being implemented. And guess what game got the ladder of the fucking hate? It was Marvel vs. Capcom. So, online sucked in Street Fighter V, but MVCI had netcode that was pretty decent. I'm not gonna say it was the best, but it was pretty decent. And the only reason I'm giving it any type of support when it comes to that is because not a lot of people bought it or played it. That's the only reason why you probably couldn't find a match. And they both had a terrible base roster, except Street Fighter was given a time to develop with DLC updates and love. When MVCI was beat relentlessly with criticism and not given a proper time. Capcom gave us new and classic characters for Street Fighter V, while MVCI had recycled roster with no creativity, no Asura, no Leon, no Kennedy, no Power Stone character, nothing. Marvel has rights issues, so I understand where that's coming from. They don't own Fox anymore, and at times they're trying to have this rivalry with them. You know what you're saying? Didn't they just bother them with the new Fox? Shut the fuck up. This is before that happened. Heck, even getting Spider-Man was kind of a, how do I put it? It was a surprise, because guess what? We didn't even know if Spider-Man was going to be in it because of the right deal. But I think Homecoming was coming out around then, so it would be stupid if they didn't put him in there. But, let me get into this. Sorry, I'm clearing my throat. But, Capcom, you had no rights issues. You could have put Azura in here. You could have put Leon Kennedy. You could have put Power Stone character. You could have put anyone. You could have put the girl from Remember Me. You could have put new characters. You could have switched Dante out for Nero. You could have put Virgil in the game. Legit. And not just that, but most of the characters that were not needed, like Bionic Commando and Arthur, you could have legit switched them out and given us something better. But no. And guess what? You wanna know what the fucking funny thing is? You guys had already kept X-Men characters and Fantastic Four characters when their rights were already sold with Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Marvel vs. Capcom, which were only just a few years before the Avengers. Yeah, I want y'all niggas to think on that for a minute. But moving on the Marvel side, even they could have put in new Avengers. Like, y'all could have put in Scarlet Witch or Vision or even a fucking Inhuman. Or you guys could have put in like characters that people actually weren't interested in. Black Panther and Doctor Strange I really can't be mad about because those were more recent movie characters. But I honestly feel like Black Panther should have been a base roster character instead of DLC. And Winter Soldier, definitely. Winter Soldier and Black Widow? Because first off, the game was a sausage fest, bro. It was lacking in a lot of female characters. A lot of iconic ones. Yeah, it had Chun-Li and Morgan, but on the Marvel side, it wasn't all that great. Like, of course you couldn't put in the X-Men character, so it made sense. But why would you dick out Capcom? Come on, bro. Like, for real. Capcom and fucking Marvel kind of dicked out their female cast audience members. But that's all I really gotta say on that. Capcom messes up, but here's the thing. They'll bring up good things like Monster Hunter, but they won't try to fix what needs to be fixed. But it's cool. Because Capcom, again, hasn't been all that great lately, and Arc System Work has been kind of, taking up the reins. But next, let's move on to the main culprit, bad marketing. Okay, when it comes to the marketing in this game, there were like 3 videos or 3 little things that I felt like fucking killed this game. The first one was the story demo. And I forgot to put this in my script because it just popped in my head. I'm gonna talk about that first. E3, that was the main culprit. That was the final nail in the coffin. And the story trailer. Now look, I'm gonna start with the story trailer instead. The story trailer, it was corny as hell. But here's the thing, it's a fighting game story, so we weren't expecting much. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be on the same level as Injustice. But by God, like, you guys didn't try to, like, even like Marvel has gotten great when it comes to misleading people with their thing in a good way, But this was a fucking shame, dude. And let me explain why. First off, the characters looked steroided up, like you couldn't fix that. And I understand, like it was in pre-alpha beta or whatever. That was fucking terrible. And it just didn't seem like we always wanted one, but this one just seemed bad. Like, and we knew it was gonna replace arcade endings, but that's the thing. That was not needed. That was not needed. Let me explain why. Because you can do a good arcade ending in a good story mode. I mean, Injustice 1 and Injustice 2 is a perfect example of that. It still gave us endings even after we beat the story. Mortal Kombat did that. Tekken didn't do that. Dragon Ball Fighter didn't do that. But, you know, best 10 out of 3. But you honestly get the idea. Like, you don't need to have a story mode. Or if you can implement it both. We're not asking for like some elaborate ass endings like where it was taken across Street Fighter where there were CGI endings. No, we're just asking for something decent, like even just showing comic book panels. Because even as much as people hate it, Capcom Evolution did it, where they gave us good endings that were like made by Udon Comics, and they did pretty good illustrations of the characters and giving us a bit of a crossover feel. But nah, I'm gonna only be right with them because one thing was good, was that despite all of this, the arcade mode was actually implemented in there. But we're gonna move on from that. This is another deciding factor, was the story mode demo. Now I'm gonna talk about the E3 trailer in a minute, because that was where the deciding thing was in the coffin. The story mode demo was fucking awful. The reason why is because first off, you've had a bunch of jobber bots, so you weren't able to actually learn the game. You weren't able to learn any new mechanics. You weren't able to show off any new mechanics because you couldn't really do much. And it gave us the thing known as simple combos. Here's the thing, when it comes to a fighting game, you can be oversimplified, where you feel like you're having your hand held, and it's not fun for experienced players who want to get to actually master and understand the game. No, it feels like you're having your hand fucking held all the time. And you want to look to blame for that? Capcom, because apparently they felt like let's oversimplify the game because Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was hard. It wasn't hard, you just needed to sit down and actually learn the game. And when it comes to stuff like that, and I know I'm taking long pauses, but I really want you to emphasize on this. When the fuck did we ever ask for simple combos? Like, when did we ever ask for this shit? But no, it's cool. But a major thing that got me was the E3 demo. Because E3 is the year, I mean, it's the big event of the biggest gaming event. I'm sorry, I'm messing up on my words. Biggest gaming event of the year. And you're supposed to show off what good the game has. This game had nothing good to show. First off, Chun-Li's face, like character faces were terrible. Dante looked like a fucking crackhead, dude. Like he had smoked meth or something. Fucking Chun-Li's face looked like she was like a child. She looked like a child in the face. And overall, even like you can go look at the Lost Master stuff, you'll see like as much I got hyped in the beginning, I was like, oh, Marvel's Capcom. But then I see it, and I'm like, oh, you done fucked up. Also, another marketing ploy with the 8 DLCs at launch, and how overpriced characters were. I believe to get just 2 characters, it was a total, you'd end up spending at least $15. Even the overpriced costumes, and I know they do this with Street Fighter 5. When it comes to MVC, no, all the characters are supposed to have their costumes. Before you say, but wasn't DLC in Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3? Yes, but look at the prices for those characters. And there was only 2 DLC characters that you could live without. For real, like you could live without Shimogureth and Jill. But, hey, they want to come out here with this, and not just that, you know what the funny thing is? We are in more than a couple years into this game. We haven't gotten anything, not an update, not any, like they've been silent. And they've been silent on this game for a while. They have been silent ever since Marvel's Capcom wasn't that evil. They've been silent. Like, you're not gonna hear a peep from them niggas about this game. They'll have like 85 Street Fighter 5 tournaments, but not this. And before someone says, you just hating on Street Fighter 5, no, I fucking love Street Fighter 5. It's a fun game. And here's the thing. This is where I'm gonna get the most hate. Dragon Ball FighterZ did not kill Marvel vs. Capcom. Dragon Ball FighterZ offered you an alternative. A better alternative. To, do you want something mediocre? Or do you want something fucking amazing? Something that's ready for you? Something that you can tell was put with heart and soul, that wasn't a cash grab, that wasn't made by a company that's long since kind of might go into decline when it comes to fighting games. And I'm gonna be like, I want the better alternative. I want Dragon Ball FighterZ. Fuck this. Put Capcom, like, no. And Capcom was just like, we don't know how to compete with that. And the thing is, you do, but you won't do it. And the thing is with Marvel, I can make a whole video of complaints about them, but the thing is, with them, they have rights issues. Another really, and I know I'm going on for a long time, it's about to be the longest part in the video. What really made me mad was the Combo Fiend comment. And I know I was going to say the man's name, don't go attacking him. Highly doubt anyone watches the channel, so I don't care. But Combo Fiend specifically said, Magneto and all these characters that you keep requesting in the X-Men are just functions. No, these are characters I love. The X-Men were my first introduction to comics. Spider-Man and the X-Men. And I fell in love with that since. So, or how do I put it? They were also my first few video games. Marvel games and Kingdom Hearts were my first few video games. So when someone says your favorite characters are function, because I love Magneto to death. He's one of my favorite Marvel villains. Doctor Doom is my favorite Marvel villain. Don't like call them functions, because it's not just, it's the flair, it's the style of these characters. Wolverine has flair and style. He has his own unique look to him. When you look at fighting game characters, the reason why you pick a certain character is not because they're a function or what they can do. You look at them and you say, that's fucking dope. You look fucking dope. That's why people love Dragon Ball FighterZ. Because the characters, they've seen these niggas since childhood. I've seen Goku since childhood. I've seen Yamcha since childhood, dying multiple times, but it's fucking hilarious. I've seen Black Goku, not since childhood, but since, I'd say, my late teens. Fucking love the character of Black Goku. But whatever happened here just wasn't the case. Now I'm not gonna say there aren't characters I don't like in Marvel vs. Capcom. I love Ghost Rider. I love Captain Marvel is generally one of my favorite characters, and I wanted her in the Marvel vs. Capcom game. But I wanted to see her throw hands with like Wolverine and Azura and these characters, but they weren't there. And Combo Fiend making a comment that functions. No, they're characters we like. They're characters people like to think about. They're characters that we've learned to appreciate. And people always say that, oh, Marvel vs. Capcom kind of, the roster's gone down. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is always going to be the pinnacle when it comes to roster. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 will forever be the fan service that the world that we all wanted. When it came to how story would look, if they ever came up with a good, decent story, and when it came up to how the characters would look. And giving us new and unique characters interacting with one another. Because, let's face it, in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Ultimate Marvel, the old arcade Marvel vs. Capcom, they just look like characters that were in the same place. But yeah, no, they're not functions. And the dude also said, who remembers the X-Men? Well, apparently everybody, because that's why nobody bought your game. So, that's all I gotta say on that. I feel like I've dug in the bad marketing as much as I could. I would go on the sales numbers and stuff, but y'all niggas got Google. So in conclusion, I kind of just want to go off script and just talk about why I made this video and why I want to talk about it. So of course, I got asked by a friend, do I still play MVCI? I was like, yeah, sure. And he was like, well, what's up with the updates? And I was like, I don't know. And not just that, it came down to Evo, man. And I fucking hurt that it wasn't there. I'm so happy other games are getting their time to shine, like Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear, because I remember being the only one that actually liked those games, and it was really hard, like, kind of getting other people into it. And as much as I sit there and I'm just wondering, I'm like, yo, this shit is low-key dope. And now a lot of people are gonna get more experience to it. And yeah, and I know the audio's probably gotten a lot louder because I'm now close to the mic. Hear that? Beautiful. But yeah, it's a crazy thing. And Capcom, I really don't. Here's the thing, Capcom's kind of been messing up in the fighting game division, but here's the thing, with Marvel vs. Capcom, or no, just fighting games in general developed by Capcom that you guys might like and want to see in the future, we gotta kind of support them, because there was a drive rut at one point. There was just a right where there was no fighting games, no new anything, and Street Fighter 4 revived that. And it's mainly because, okay, let me try to kind of put this in layman's terms, because even I don't know that much about it. In Japan, you don't get fired, you get demoted. You get demoted and you sit there and you wonder, what the hell am I gonna do? And if the company sees, well, if it's not working now, it's probably not gonna work anytime soon, you're fucked. And it's kind of messed up. So you always gotta remember to always, kind of support these things and give these things that we love the proper treatment that they need. This video is about to get a ton of dislikes, so yeah, if you like my opinion, leave a like. Or if you're one of those assholes that dislike the videos before you actually sit down and watch the whole thing, dislike it. I don't care, they got the same effect anyway. But what I mostly value more is comments and your opinion on things. And just so I don't have any trolls, I will be deleting your comments if it's something that's retarded. And you know what I mean, like kill yourself or whatever. Give me a valid opinion, because I'd rather squat up with you and link up with you and talk about it than not to ever, know about it. But anyhow, it's been Phantom. Keep brawling with your bro. You guys have an amazing day. God bless.
Get on their bad side and they'll destroy you.
No one would miss me.
That's not true.